Hey, I'm Jake, and today I had a couple of artists over to play the drawing game. So let's do that. So today's something a little different. I thought I'd just film me and a couple other artists doing the drawing game together, just talking about art stuff and life stuff. So sit back, relax, and watch the video, and be sure to see the drawings that we ended up putting it together. I thought they turned out really good. Some creative designs. It's fun playing this with other artists. Let's go up to my dining room and do the drawing game. All right, so I'm here with Joel.
That would be me.
And Will.
That's probably me.
Yep. And
You're not sure?
we're gonna do a three-way drawing game. So we'll each start. I guess we'll all do a bottom, and then we'll switch them, and everybody does a top, and we'll see what we get. Will, you want to grab that piece of paper and give one to each of us?
Alright. The things you make me do, Jake Parker.
The crazier, the more out there the drawing can be.
Okay.
Just the funnier it ends up being.
Now, do you have to? You don't get to see what the other person drew?
No, that's the thing.
Oh, that's the thing. So I'm supposed to be like hiding my paper here.
Yeah. So Joel, tell these people what you're about, what you do.
Well, there's a lot of things. People might recognize my voice from Comics Coast to Coast, which is where myself and Brian Dunaway and Matt Ducharme interview artists just like you guys, and you guys were on the show.
That's right.
So we've done that. I have my own work at joelduggan.com, but right now I'd say the biggest thing going is the fact that I am running Forge Publishing, and we are about to launch our very first book, which is Piper Thibodeau's Daily Paintings book, which is a collection of all of Piper's daily paintings over the last 5 years. Not all of them. It's a curation of those.
And how did you fund the printing of that book?
So we did a Kickstarter. Actually, we did two. The first one failed, just because we kind of misread what was going on with Piper's fans.
Yeah.
But then the second one, we offered a softcover version, which was cheaper shipping, which I think anybody that's ever run a Kickstarter understands that shipping is like bonkers.
Yeah.
So that's what we were doing there. And then the second one, when we came back out with the softcover version with cheaper shipping options and stuff, people they were all on board. We funded within a couple of days and kind of went from there. So that's kind of like where things have gone for me. And we're looking forward. We've already announced our second project, which is going to be black and white. And a lot of it actually is going to be Inktober stuff, because Rob Momartz is the next artist, and a lot of his work, he got back into traditional brush and ink because he jumped onto Inktober one day.
Nice.
Yeah, and did a lot of really cool stuff. So
that's cool.
I'm really excited to work with him, because I'm a black and white guy. Like I'm a pen and ink comic strip guy. Like that's my bag. So to have him on board is something that's really exciting for me. Just because you don't tend to see a lot of black and white art books.
No, you don't.
You know,
they're usually, if I have seen them, it's been like a self-published something because they couldn't afford color. But a really nice black and white print job it's pretty.
Yeah, it can be really nice.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. And that's really it's all on me. I'm not normally in Utah. I'm on vacation, so.
How long have you been doing the podcast for?
That's a really good question. I want to say 5 years. We're not entirely. We don't do every week. We do kind of like 3 times a month. Mm-hmm. But we've just crossed 300 episodes, and I've been on it since 115.
Oh wow!
So yeah, so I've almost been on for 200 episodes for that one.
Cool.
Which is cool. Yeah.
I think I'm done.
Are you done? I'm done with mine. Okay, flip them over. Oh,
wait a minute.
You need a minute. Don't look at his.
Just give me a second.
I just feel like I'm going to turn into a pillar of salt because I stared into the sun just a little bit.
So, Will Terry, you guys probably know Will Terry because half of my subscribers came from you, I think. Will, if you don't, Will, you want to tell them a little bit about yourself, what you do?
Children's book illustrator, teacher at SBS. I have a YouTube channel. I do fan art at conventions, and is that about it?
I think that's
my
about it.
husband, and I love to ride my bike.
Yeah, your bike
I
rider.
love to ride the bike.
He's got one of those recumbent sit-down bikes.
Yeah.
So every once
And
in a
fly
while.
airplanes. I haven't done that on my channel. I should do that.
Yeah,
Our model airplanes that I fly with my boys.
that's cool.
I should do one around that somehow. Because I feel like you have to have other outlets. You know what I mean?
I was just talking about that with Tate. Is he down here? I don't know. But we were saying he draws too much.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about, like, because you mentioned Piper.
Yeah.
Now, there's somebody who draws a lot. Oh, my gosh.
Like a lot.
Well,
But, I mean, then it's amazing.
I was telling Tate, I said, I don't think I drew as much as you draw when I was
Really?
your age. And I said, there's a balance. You have to have experiences to draw from.
Right.
And
Right.
if all your drawing is based off the experience that you have, and the only experiences you have are online experiences, then it gets really weird.
You know, I didn't know what that meant, experiences to draw from. But there are the simple things like watching a family have a struggle, like a conflict that's at the zoo or something.
Yeah.
Like those kinds of experiences are things that will creep their way into your drawings, and you're not even conscious of it.
When I was in high school, there was time divided between doing stuff with friends and taking on like other projects, and I had a part-time job and things like that. And even now, I try to find a balance in that. It's not always creation, but it's let's go out and have a hike. Let's go do a family outing or something like that.
Right.
All right.
To the
Let's do counterclockwise.
okay.
Sounds good. All
So
right,
I just
but-
draw on this. I just try
Yeah,
to
now you draw a top.
Without seeing.
So I have
Don't
to
look at
make
the bottom.
sure. You have to make sure that you've got the top.
You
Like,
do
like
it.
You don't want to do it like that.
No, yeah. So this line is the waist.
Okay, got it.
Got it.
Boom.
All right.
I don't even know what I'm doing here.
Yeah, you just kind of draw whatever's in your head.
So this is just like, it's almost like just kind of see what happens. Mm-hmm. See if you come up with like kind of like a Mad Libs for
Yeah,
visual.
Mad Libs for artists, I guess, or even non-artists. So I posted a video for this game a couple weeks ago on my channel, and I've never heard the name of it before. But you know, you post something on YouTube, and you're gonna get told what
right.
what it is. And I was like, maybe some of you know what this is. And I got a bunch of comments saying that this game was actually created by the Surrealists in like the 20s, early 20th century.
No way.
And the French Surrealists, and what they did was they called it Exquisite Corpse. And so their versions too were also, it would involve like sentences. So you'd start the beginning of a sentence, and then another person would finish the sentence, and you'd start at half of a drawing and finish a drawing. So it's just, I don't know. For me, it's so much of my drawing stuff is for like an actual job and for a purpose. Like I've got to do this for a client, or I've got to do this because I signed a contract and it's a creation that I need to make, or I've got to do this. I've got to post on Instagram because I set a goal that I post 3 days a week or something like that. So everything has like this purpose to it. But when I do this game, it's like fun. It's,
You just want it to be
there's
fun.
no strings attached to it. There's no.
Because I'm not sure.
Are you having fun?
I'm having fun, but I'm not a pen and ink guy. Maybe that's a sign that I should become one. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm a sketcher.
Well,
And so this is taking me out of my comfort zone, but that's really good. Like anytime you're out of your comfort zone, even though it feels bad, good things can happen. So it's making me think a little differently and plan out and have to cover some of my mistakes, because I don't like you're probably like thinking 3 moves ahead chess, so you're like leaving stuff out and not like sketching a line that shouldn't be there.
yeah.
Where I am, I'm drawing through when you can't.
But I'm not going to look at your thing yet, but I feel like even sketching with a pen adds something interesting to it.
It does,
You know?
yeah. It shows me that my line quality is really poor, and that I need more practice with this. but that's okay.
The thing too, like I play this with my kids, and they're all different levels of ability, but it's still fun to see, my level of ability working with their level of ability and creating something that they themselves couldn't create and I myself couldn't create because I don't have their childlike.
That's what's neat.
The
is
anything
seeing-
goes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what's neat is seeing those. Like I finished a couple of drawings for my kids, or worked on them.
Yeah.
Like I photocopied them, so I wasn't working on top of their thing. But they were really fun. They turned out really neat.
All right, I'm done with mine. How are you guys
I'm done.
doing?
Almost there.
Almost there.
Joel is a perfectionist,
I will
though.
not,
He
I will not take as long.
self-proclaimed.
I will not take as long as last time. But yes,
he said that today.
Okay,
And
I'm
I
gonna go
knew
grab the camera.
that would come back to haunt him.
All right, you guys ready?
Okay, for the reveal.
Let's do the reveal.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's cool. That's a lot of fun. Okay, so this is Joel,
Yeah.
and that's me. This is Will Terry, and that's me. And this is Will, and that's Joel. So, all right. Good job, you guys. That was fun. Thanks for doing it.
cool.
All right.
I want one.
Joel actually ordered a book for me. He lives in Canada, and he's in Utah now. Ordered a book for me, and it got trashed in the mail. Something happened between the U.S. and Canada.
Something along those lines.
Probably the U.S. mail did something like
Potentially.
ran over it. And
Yeah,
Canada, they're good with their
I find
Canadians.
they are.
Yeah, okay.
I find they are.
So anyways, I'm hand delivering, or he's hand picking up my drawings for. Let me pull it out of the bubble wrap. Here you go. This is your copy of drawings
Awesome.
4.
Thank you.
And because you came to my house, I'm throwing in a pack of postcards.
Awesome.
As well. So, if you
very
guys
cool.
want a copy of drawings 4, they're in my shop. And if you come to my house, I will hand deliver it to you. Otherwise, you have to deal with the U.S. Post Office.
Just opened up a flood of doorbells.
True. Ding dong.
Thanks very much,
Yeah,
man.
thank you.
Cheers.
Yep.